Sunday morning. Well, the quality of life in New York, well, it's not negotiable. With us today is Sergeant Vincent Vallelong, and he is the president of the largest police supervisory union in the country, in New York City, the Sergeants Union. And, Sergeant Vince, President, what should I call you, Sergeant or President?
You can call me Vinny.
Vinny, tell us what the heck is going on. I met a lot of people this week, and I told them the one thing that is not negotiable is the quality of life in New York. This was disgraceful. What happened with the snowballs and all the other things. You tell us what the heck is going on.
I can tell you that with this administration that has taken over now, that if they do not change course, that moving forward, when things get warmer in this city, the quality of life is going to get a lot worse, and that is coming from experience. I've been doing this for 36 years now, and I've been a supervisor for 30 of those 36 years, and I've seen a lot in the city. I worked in the city. I have family members that have been part of law enforcement. They let these weren't kids, as was just shown. We just had an arrest. One of the four people that they identified, individual is 27 years old. He was brought in for a attempted robbery on a train station back in February. Why he's out right now, I have absolutely no clue. But the degradation of what took place in Washington Square Park and what happened to these cops inside that park is just going to expand when you have a mayor that sits back and frivolously looks at these things and paints them as being a children's snowball fight, which it clearly was not. He could sit down with me any day in my office and look over these videos, and I will actually point out what crimes are. So, because maybe he doesn't have anybody inside of his office in order to tell him, what right and what wrong actually is. Well,
isn't a fight is something that is both ways. It wasn't a two-way fight. It was only a one-way slugfest with them throwing, whatever it was, snowballs with rocks in them or whatever it was.
They were ice blocks, a lot of them. And I remember when I was a young cop being on Avenue C and Avenue D in Lower Manhattan, and that was when it was all abandoned, when there was no buildings that were built up there. And I remember on snowy nights having snowball fights with the kids. That's a different story. Like that's like a community outreach. This was lawlessness. All right, this was done in order to promote an event that was put online to have everybody show up to, and they were looking for an outcome in order to support what it is that they do, and it really is lawlessness. There is no other way to describe this. It wasn't a group of kids. It was a mob, is what it was, and they were disrespectful. They were assaulting the police officers. How it is that you have an individual in this mayor that he refuses to call an assault an assault. And he's using every word under the sun to say exactly what it is. But then again, you know what? It seems as if we all knew he campaigned on that to begin with.
Well, I hope that what I said on television last week, I said he's a smart guy. He's a very smart guy, and I hope he learns from mistakes.
It's very easy to turn around tomorrow and say, you know what? Now looking at everything that happened and getting a real bird's eye view of this, yes, you know what? I maybe I mischaracterized this. No one's gonna fault him. I know we won't, but it doesn't really. It shouldn't take that much to say that you support your cops. We're not like every other city worker that's out there, right? We put our lives on the line every single day we put that uniform on, and all we're asking is for the support of the person who's running the biggest city in the world.
Well, Vincent, thank you so much for coming on, and I agree with you 110%. And let's pray for a better tomorrow. And I've always tried to be optimistic for a better tomorrow. And let's catch up again real soon.
We need more people like you, John.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.